G'day guys, welcome to my Nrl Explains feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL's Round 5 tips and predictions for 2024 guys, so let's get started. So starting off with this first game of this match, we see the Storm going up against the Broncos now. This game will be another great game. I still know Reece Walsh for the Broncos, so Tristan Saylor goes into that number one position for the team in this game. Brandon Piakora will be playing for the Broncos, which I haven't really seen him play that often, but I heard that he's pretty good for the team in that side. Yeah, but basically for the Broncos, they are a pretty good team. Once they can play, once they're on, they're on. But for the Storm, I just do think that they can play well, they can play good, but it's a matter of how they can play games of football in their correct frame of mind. But which I do reckon that they can play correct in that frame of mind. I reckon they will. But yeah, I still think that they can play well for the Melbourne Storm. I'm hearing rumours that Cameron Munster might not be playing. If so, Jonah Pezzett might come into the number 6 position for the team, which is jersey 21, but probably not. So you still got Xavier Coates in there, which he'll play well. His try scoring machine. But in this one, I am going to go with the Melbourne Storm by 6 points to defeat the Brisbane Broncos in this game. The next game of this match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Roosters now. This game, this will be another great game. I reckon the Bulldogs are coming out with a really good game. Still no Josh Adokar, so he's been injured again, so you still got Connor Tracy in that number 5 position for the team. But still, you still got quite a few players that can play well in the Bulldogs side. And for the Roosters, since they played horrible last week, I reckon they'll turn up and play really well. But it's a matter of if they have some errors that they need to work on. Because last week, they didn't really play well. And Dominic Young is a really great player. Try scoring machine, that's the player to watch for the Roosters, if the Bulldogs can work around it. But it's a matter of how they can do it if they want to really play the style of game. But in this match, the Bulldogs, since it's Accor Stadium on Friday, 6 o'clock, I could see the Bulldogs winning in this match, but it's going to be 1-12. I have a gut feeling that it's going to be 1-12, only because that either one can score and either one can play really well. I could see a 1-12 scoreline happening. So in this match, I am going to go with the Roosters. Yes, going with the Roosters by 6 points in this match to defeat the Bulldogs in this game. The next game of this match, we see the Knights going up against the Dragons. Now in this match, the Knights, I'm hearing that I reckon they'll play well. The Dragons can play well in this game. Well, in any other games. Dragons played really well against Manly last week. The Knights didn't play as well against the Warriors. So in this match, I could see the Knights really aiming up in their defence and their attack if they want to win. But the Dragons, it's not going to go well. But I'm hearing that Zach Lomax won't be playing next year, but he'll still play for the Dragons this year, probably in his last game, like his last season, I mean. But for the Knights, I really think that they can play well with Kalen Ponga in that side. Then again, I could see him play really well in this game. But it's a matter of fact if they want to play games of football in the correct frame of mind. But the Knights are really a good team if they're on. But the Knights, with a couple of players in their correct strategy, I could see the Knights play well. But the Dragons, since last week, they played well. I could see them winning. So I'm going to go with the Dragons by 1-12, by 12 points in this match to defeat the Newcastle Knights in this game. The next game of this match, we see the Rabbitohs going up against the Warriors, the Wars. This game will be a very good one. I could see the Rabbitohs coming out firing in this match, but the Warriors are a really good team, which Chance Nickel-Klokstad is back due to the injury that he had last year, and now he is back. But I'm not exactly too sure if he had an injury this year, but came back. But I'm not exactly too sure. But anyway, the Warriors are a pretty good team. But since Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is in the number 4 position, since Chance Nickel-Klokstad is basically in that game, I could see the Warriors getting a really good win, but maybe like 60% chance. But with the Rabbitohs, since they're struggling a fair bit, I just don't see that that the Rabbitohs will be like 13 plus if that happens, because they can play well when they're on their game. Well, but Latrell Mitchell needs to really aim up in his attack and also in his defense, but you never know, he can do something different. But in this match, I am going to go with the Rabbitohs by 1-12, by 8 points to defeat the Warriors in this game. The next game of this match, we see the Manly Sea Eagles going up against the Panthers. Now in this game, Panthers are another team. They're basically another level. So it's like still without no Nathan Cleary, they could see a win. But with Manly last week playing absolutely terrible against the Dragons at Wollongong, maybe I could see an upset, but it's highly unlikely it'll happen. The Panthers, they have a good record against Manly, and yeah, it's their strategy of how the way that they can play. And quite frankly, they are a really good team, Panthers, and yeah, they're basically on the roll. Like, they're just another level. They're just another team that can play and win after win after win after win. But it's a matter of if they can play correct and if they can play right. But in this match, I could see Jerome Luai playing really well, but you never know. He could struggle, but yeah, he could lead the Panthers to a really good win. But going up against like Daly Sherry Evans' 310th game, wow, that's a big milestone for him, and that's a big, really good win if he can be on the roll. If the Manly Sea Eagles can win with him in that game, but I just don't see it happening because Panthers are just too strong, too good, and they can really get an epic win. So I'm going to go with the Panthers by 13 plus by 18 points to defeat the Manly Sea Eagles in this game. The next game of this match, we see the Dolphins going up against the West Tigers. Now, this game, the West Tigers last week, they got a surprising win against the Sharks last week, and wow, did they play good. Did they play solidly good against the Parramatta Eels last week. A very good upset, and yeah, I just didn't think that they would come out firing in this match. But the Eels, we don't have a good record against the West Tigers, so yeah, what a really good win for the Tigers. Yeah, credit to them. They are a good team, but yeah, when they're on the roll, they can play good. But anyway, going up against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are a pretty good team. With Hammer in there, he is solidly the best fullback in the game. And once he plays well, he can play good in his own side. And going up against the Tigers, they can play well, but I just don't see them winning against the Dolphins because, like, look, the Dolphins have got solid, good players like Jack Bostock and the Hammer, and basically Jermaine Asako, but once they're on the roll, they can play good. And so this game, I am going to go with the Dolphins by 1-12 by 6 points in this match to defeat the West Tigers in this game. The next game of this match, we see the Cowboys going up against the Titans. Now, in this match, the Cowboys last week, they didn't play well, and so didn't the Titans. But it's basically Nick from Australia going up against Blaze. How interesting would that be? But in this match, the Cowboys are a pretty good team. They're on the roll, and they are a pretty solid team. The Cowboys, with Tom Dearden in that side, Chad Townsend in there, Scott Drinkwater, also like, well, basically you got Murray Taulagi and Kyle Felt in there too. So yeah, they are a really good team, and once they're on, they can play well, they can play solid in their home game. But going up against the Titans, last time they played well, they played solidly great, but in their defense, like, they can play well. They're good with defense and they're good with their attack. So it's a matter of how the Cowboys can play well, and they can play good. But the Titans, I just have a gut feeling that you guys won't play well. But you may come in firing and score some tries, yeah, but I just think the Cowboys will solidly be too good since it's their home game, So I'm going to go with Cowboys by 1 to 12 by 6 points in this match to defeat the Titans in this game. And finally, the next game of this match, we see the Raiders going up against the Parramatta Eels. Now, in this match, the Eels, last week, they played well, but not as well without no Mitchell Moses in there, in that side. Which the Raiders, they are a pretty good team, and Raiders can be good. They can be a good side, but solidly, I'm not sure. Like, we do play good in Canberra, but sometimes we play horrible in Canberra. So, look, last week I didn't go against you guys. I made a point saying to you that the reason why I went for the Tigers is because no Mitchell Moses, no Parramatta Eels. That's why I made the point. That's why they lost. So, still no Mitchell Moses. You've got Blaze Talagi and Dylan Brown in that number 7 and that number 6. So, look, I'm going to give credit to the Parramatta Eels last week. They played well. They played solid. But going up against the Raiders, got Jamal Fogarty and Ethan Strange in there. So, Eels can play good. Eels can play well. But Dylan Brown, I just have to make a point about this. Dylan Brown is not a number 7. He is more like a speedster. He runs with the ball. He can play well, score some tries when he links up with Mitchell Moses. But Mitchell Moses isn't in there, so that's why, it's quite frankly surprising. So, yeah, coaches, I don't know. But anyway, in this match, I am going to go with the Parramatta Eels this time by 1 to 12 by 6 points in this match to defeat the Raiders in this game. Anyway, guys, that's all from me. Make sure you do like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and have a good one.